So many of our patients come to us and they've been told by their doctor that nothing more can be done, and perhaps you've been told this. So what does that really mean? Well, I'd like to explain this with a little story. A long time ago, when I was first starting practice, my grandmother came to see me. Now, my grandmother lived in Idaho during the winter. She lived in California in the summer with my aunt. And she was already in her mid-90s. She was suffering from some macular degeneration. And she came to see me, and she wanted me to help her do a little better. So first of all, I said to her, "Grandma, what would you like to do?" And she said there are 3 things on her list. First of all, she wanted to read a little better. She wanted to read books. She wanted to read her Bible. The second thing was she wanted to play the organ. And that was number 2. And number 3, she wanted to see faces and television across the room. Now, I am one of 60 of her grandchildren, which means that I have 59 first cousins and more on my mother's side. So there's a lot of people there to see. Anyway, she was frustrated at that. So we started, and I showed her some things for reading. And they helped her a little bit, and we made some progress. And she said, "Yeah, I think these things are better." But then we moved on to the second thing, playing the organ. And I said, "Well, I don't really know how we can get you to play the organ." And she said to me, "Well, you know the organ music, we have to have the music here, we have to have the keyboard." And I said, "Well, really, that's not going to work out." And she said, "Well, you play the piano, you know that's what I need." And so I was not able to help her with that. And when it came to looking across the room to see faces in TV, I was not able to help her with that. So in the end, although I was able to help her with her reading and make that a little better, I had to say to her what many people have been said: there's nothing more can be done. But that wasn't actually true. So why is that? I think at that time I didn't have the knowledge, I didn't have the experience, and I didn't have something to show her. So now if I were seeing my grandmother, I would say, "What do you want to do?" And she'd say, "I want to play the organ." And I would say, "Let me show you something." And she'd say, "Well, that's not exactly working." And then I'd show her something else. And I'd show her things until we found something that was helping her. And I know we could also help her see across the room faces and television, because having the experience, having the knowledge, and having something to show to her, show and tell, we would be able to help her now and do a lot better than at that time. And that's what it's about. So doctors need to have something to show you beyond what they have the experience, and have the knowledge to do that. And many of these things can be done with new aids.